To thank everyone here for joining us to discuss this very important topic and program. As a health officer for Howard County, I'm committed to advancing public health, which includes mental health and suicide prevention. Today's initiative is a vital step towards protecting the lives of our residents. From 2019 to 2023, 36% of all suicide deaths in Howard County involved a firearm. That's more than 1 in 3. These are not abstract statistics. They represent our family members, our neighbors, our veterans, our colleagues, our children. Suicide is not someone else's issue. It's a reality here in our own community, my beloved Howard County. We know that suicide crises often emerge quickly, sometimes with little or no warning. In these brief windows of vulnerability, easy access to a firearm can make a difference between a life lost and a life saved. The permanence of a decision made in a moment of pain is why this work matters so deeply. But we also know there are evidence-based solutions that save lives. Studies consistently show that securely storing firearms reduces the risk of suicide, especially among our youth and individuals in mental health crises. A 2002 study published in JAMA Network Open found that delaying access to a firearm, even by a short amount of time, can drastically reduce the likelihood of a fatal outcome. This is where gun locks come in. They are one of the most straightforward and effective tools we have to create a barrier between an impulse action and a tragic event. That's why starting in mid-May, the Health Department, working with our valued partners here at Howard County Library System, began providing free gun locks at the Elkridge and East Columbia Library branches. These are trusted community spaces where residents already go for learning, connection, support, food, and many other things Tanya and I talk about, including my family. Now they are also places where families can access life-saving resources easily, discreetly, and at no cost. We are proud to share that in just a few short weeks, we've already distributed nearly 200 gun locks to households across the county. That's 200 safer homes and 200 opportunities to reduce harm, and potentially 200 lives protected. If you have a firearm at home or know someone who does, pick up a free gun lock. It's a small action, but it could make all the difference in a moment of crisis. Now I want to introduce Ms. Tonya Aiken from the library system. Tonya.
Thank you, Dr. Russman. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Howard County Library System, thank you so much for coming today as we talk about this critically important public health issue. We're so pleased to partner with the Howard County Health Department in their efforts to address suicides and other incidents involving firearms. Last month, as Dr. Rossman shared, we began piloting the gun lock distribution at 2 of our 6 branches, the East Columbia branch and the Elkridge branch in which we stand. To date, we've distributed nearly 200 gun safety locks at those 2 locations. Howard County residents who are 18 years or older can simply walk into one of these branches and ask for a gun safety lock. We won't ask why. We won't ask for your address. We won't ask for ID. People may receive 2 gun safety locks per day at no charge, thanks to grant funding. Because weapons are not permitted in library buildings, please do not bring your firearms with you or ask staff to help place the gun safety lock. When you receive your gun safety lock, you will also receive instructions inside to help you with placing it. You may also contact the Howard County police department for assistance if needed. This partnership is so important and aligns with our strategic plan to create an inclusive, connected community where everyone feels they belong. And that's critically important because, as the previous US Surgeon General noted in his 2023 Epidemic of Loneliness and Isolation report, social connection may be one of the strongest protective factors against self-harm and suicide among people with and without serious underlying mental health challenges. By making gun locks available in libraries, we increase access to safe firearm storage, solutions in trusted, convenient locations, our libraries, making it easier for families and individuals to ensure their firearms are secure and thereby reducing risk of harm. Thank you so very much. Please help us spread the word.
Thank you, Tanya. Now we have Major Jeffrey Speck from Howard County Police Department.
Thank you, Dr. Rossman. On behalf of Chief Durr and the Howard County Police Department, I want to thank everybody for coming today. Safe firearm storage is a #1 way to help prevent firearm accidents, theft, and misuse. In law enforcement, we see firsthand the tragedies that can occur when a gun is not properly stored. Cases of suicide by firearms are on the rise, with more than half of gun deaths in the U.S. attributed to self-injury. When police in the Howard County Police Department respond to these incidents, each one is more tragic than the last. And among children and teens, suicide rates are 4 times higher for those who live in homes with guns. Accidental shootings are also a significant concern, especially in this age group. Most unintentional firearm deaths at this age take place at the child's own home, usually when they were playing with the weapon or showing it to somebody else. Sadly, firearm injuries are now the leading cause of death for U.S. children and teens. Evidence shows us that the risk of injury or death in all age groups is greatly reduced when the guns are stored unloaded, locked, and with ammunition in a separate place. As police officers, we see firsthand that locks are an effective way to improve firearm safety by preventing unauthorized access and accidents. We support this important initiative with the Health Department to make gun ownership safer in Howard County homes. This is truly a partnership that can impact public health and safety in our community. Thank you, everybody, and God bless you.
Thank you, Major Speck. Now, as I mentioned in my opening remarks, this is not an abstract issue. This is a real issue that affects many of us, and I want to introduce Ms. Jen Drell to share her story.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Jen Drell. I'm the Assistant Branch Manager here at the Elkridge Branch. When we were told that we were going to be participating in a gun lock distribution program and asked for volunteer branches, I volunteered immediately because in November of 2023, my oldest son decided to end his life. He used a firearm. As stated earlier, the moment of crisis comes on so quickly. He had just gotten a promotion that the year before he had bought a house. He was happily married. No one knew that he was in crisis. And it's been such a tragedy for me, for his family, for his friends, his coworkers, the people in his community. No one knew. And maybe if something could have been different that day, if he had taken just an extra second just to be made to think about what he was doing. The bookmarks that we're giving out list information. It lists the suicide hotline number. Maybe if he had just been reminded one more time that day that he could get other help, that he could talk to somebody, that it didn't have to be his family, that he could just reach out and get help from someone that maybe he would have made a different choice. So I'm so pleased that we're part of this program. Thank you to everyone that made this possible for this to happen. And I hope that this is meaningful and that it helps other families not to go through this situation.
Thank you for sharing your story. That concludes our speakers, but before we leave, I want to acknowledge additional partners of Veterans Administration who actually donates the gun locks, and the Howard County Health Department staff who are here. Raise your hands who get the work done. Without them, I certainly wouldn't be here. And thank you, everyone, for supporting us and the advocates as well. Thank you. We do have a moment for questions.